Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
All right, folks, 2001, A Space Odyssey. How real is that possibility? How dangerous are the robots and the artificial intelligence, if you will, that we're creating? Joining us now is Newsmax Digital News Reporter Nick Sanchez. Welcome back, Nick.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, so Elon Musk, who was the guy is a great inventor, right? A great CEO and very well respected.
Right, yeah. So he's the guy that builds electric cars and rockets through Tesla Motors and SpaceX.
So he's getting us into this mess partially, and now he's afraid of what the Pandora's box that might have been opened with regard to robots and artificial intelligence.
Right, and he's not the first. This is the first. Increasingly, we're seeing people outside of the science fiction community talking seriously about the dangers of artificial intelligence.
All right, so what we just heard, and I've read story after story recently over the past few months, especially where robots are doing more and more and more, but also people like the Hawkings and others saying, and Musk saying, what if we've gone too far? What if these robots, override us, like we saw Hal do in that clip we just saw? I mean, is that something that could happen? Do you believe?
Studiers, researchers in the field have said that we will probably have artificial intelligence by the end of the century. So it's within eyeshot.
And would that be purposely created, or would that be accidentally unleashed, or would it be created to do good? And then it would be corrupted. Somebody said, I don't know, I think it might have been Musk talking about that you're unleashing possibly the devil.
Yeah, he said we're summoning the demon.
Yeah.
What he meant by that is once we reach human-level artificial intelligence, because we already have some forms of gaming and artificial intelligence, like we have computers that can play chess, computers that can win Jeopardy. So once we reach the level of our intelligence, people are worried that it will spiral out of control, get out of hand, and run away from us.
Now, our level of intelligence in a computer, or even better than our level of intelligence in a computer, describe the dangers of that as opposed to, and maybe in addition to, the dangers of a real physical robot, that has that superior intelligence. I mean, which one are we talking about here? Which one are they addressing, or are they addressing both scenarios?
They're saying that either hardware or software could become, I guess, self-aware. And at that point, they say it will be able to figure out a plan to take over military equipment, or just generally tap into our networks of resources and turn them towards their will.
So they will, in layman's terms, because I'm an idiot when it comes to this, certainly a layman, they would band together. They would be able to communicate with each other and say, these humans are idiots, we're smarter than them, let's take over the world. I mean, that's basically what we're looking at, or what they're theorizing, right?
Right, yeah, it's exactly the Terminator scenario where Skynet opens up and enslaves humanity, and then we have to be saved by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Now, when I was a kid, I had a black and white television, and you had to keep turning the dial, and it would break every 3 months, and the TV repairman would have to come. Now look what we have. What's the timetable on something like this, if it were to happen? Are we looking at years, decades? What do you think?
At least decades. And there's a lot of researchers who say along the way we need to build in safeguards.
That'd be nice.
What those safeguards aren't exactly clear. Musk, in his latest remarks, talked about national and international regulations. But it's unclear to a lot of people of how you build in.
Right, and who do you trust and who don't you trust once those regulations are being built in. Nick Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen, with such good news. If you have nightmares tonight, blame Nick. And we'll be back with Give Me 5. Don't go away.